Yes, Mom? Come on, you want me to do the chores again? I just now finished my chores and now I'm here for some free time of entertainment, but you're again asking me to do chores. When will I get my own free time? This was me an year before, and this was how it all started. It was just another fine day while I was watching my cartoons as usual. But suddenly, my mother interrupted me as she wanted to talk something important about my academics. I accepted the conversation and she started off. But after a point of time, it seemed that she would never end it and go on and on forever. And just like any other person would do, I got frustrated and I shouted at her. And my mother got even more furious and grounded me for 2 weeks. I was not allowed to play with my friends for 3 weeks. And the worst of all, I was not allowed to touch my precious television for a month. And little did I know, this was the worst I could have faced. Me, the kid, was getting 90s in my exams, was now getting 80s. I was going down in everything. I had a drastic downhill in everything. I was under so much mental pressure. But finally, after the long and rough grounding periods, I came out of it. And I really thought I need to make a decisive decision about my discipline. And I did. I divided my television time into 2 parts. 30 minutes of my favorite entertainment, which includes cartoons and other entertaining stuff. And 30 minutes of education, which includes education and other world affairs. And for the first few weeks, there were not much of noticeable changes. But in the next few weeks, I had drastic changes. Now, I was getting close to hundreds. I was a class topper and I did many things which I never imagined I could do. I did a national record. I authored 2 books and I was feeling absolutely happy. And hear me out, television can make you better. Yes, you heard it right, television can make you better. But there is a catch. If you watch good and innovative things, you will get led to the good paths. But if you watch bad things, the rest is your consequences. But today, I am for the innovative side. And you yourself could notice how I improved on watching innovative stuff. And I would like to ask all of you a question. How many of you know that the CEO of ChatGPT was fired and then rehired? Well, at least somebody is staying up to date. Well, isn't that so bad? ChatGPT is one of the biggest AI tools ever created by mankind, and its CEO was fired. And how many of you know that India is creating such a large solar plant that it can be even viewed from outside the earth? Yes, you heard it right. It can be even viewed from outside the earth. Isn't that such a great development for our country? Well, how do I know all of this? The simplest answer is television. See, television is the only medium that makes it possible to access all the knowledge which is happening in the world, to have it at our fingertips. Before, it was close to impossible. We had no access to this. But today, television and other digital interfaces have made this possible. And how many of your parents are blocking your children from watching television more often than anything else? Well, how many of you parents notice that such a small obstruction can lead to a very big negative impact? Yes. Well, if your child ends up watching good and innovative things and are still blocking them, that's a very big no-no. Well, that will lead in a very negative impact. Imagine the knowledge gap which they face. Imagine how much they get affected without knowing all the knowledge which is happening in the world, about the technology which is progressing day by day, about the current affairs which is changing day by day. And don't you want your children to know them? But at the same time, we cannot sit at our homes like couch potatoes and watching informative stuff on the television. That will help us in no manner in our health. So at the same time, we also need to have a good physique. And even if we do end up being a mammoth following no discipline, I have some bad news for you. You end up losing 10 to 15% of your lifetime. That is close to a decade. Imagine how much you can accomplish in a decade. Imagine how many things can change in a decade, and gonna miss all of that. So at the end of the day, also improve your health, but at the same time, let's get inspired by the knowledge which television provides us and create a new era and boost the world with technological advancements. Thank you.